Hi everyone, hi, this is Marta with Universal Power Tarot, and these messages we bring you today are supposed to encourage, elevate, and empower you guys. Hi my friends, hello. I realize that the lighting isn't that good for this reading, but I hope that the microphone is good, because I know that some of you have been saying like the mic has been a bit off. All right, we'll dive right into it. This is for our new moon in Aries reading. We're asking the questions: what do we need to know about the energies? How do we best work with the energies? And what is yet to come? I wrote down a whole lot actually this morning in meditation and during my ritual, which I'll read to you. I'll also timestamp it, so if you do not wish to hear this message but just jump straight to the reading, although I very much believe it's part of the reading, you'll find all the information down below. I also pulled two guardian angel cards. One is called conflict and the other manifestation. And the huge thing I want to point out right now already is follow your heart, because it says that same sentence on both cards. And we're talking throat chakra because we have this color. And right before I started the reading, I was starting to get throat action and actually had to clear my throat. So it's like follow your expression, follow your heart, like mind-heart connection and the expression of your heart. And it's interesting because often we do not know what we really want, because we ourselves are covered under so many layers of something, of accumulation, of stuff that happened throughout all of our lives. So that we need to clear that first, and then all of a sudden come into the understanding what it is that we really wanted, that we're really longing for. And that's quite the process, because some of you may be really, really surprised what you're stepping into next here. And I want to, like I said, I'm going to read to you. If you want to skip it, you can. But it is very much part of the message. So I wrote, when you are dying, you have to leave it all behind anyways. All the material stuff, including your body, is left behind. From one phase to the next, it is all taken and gone. Your experiences come with you. Your talents come with you. That is it. The soul moves on to the next level. Let it all go. And this is a huge topic throughout this whole new moon thing. It's like, let it all go. Let it all go. That's the interesting thing. And I was very much reminded of the moon, of the crescent and waning moon, and of this eternal balance between the fullness and then the emptiness, fullness and emptiness, and how it is just a natural cycle. And to watch the moon a lot more if you can, because it shows us all around. Also, like when you watch a flower, like from the seedling, and it grows, maybe has fruit, others don't really, but they all pollinate in a way, and then it withers. And that's the natural cycle of life. Just watch nature a little bit more, because it'll help. To some of you, it can really bring a lot of peace into your life, especially when you're dealing with the topic of death in general. Why do we expect to take the old with us? That's the interesting part. The new is here now. Let it all go. And then learning how to let go of expectations. That's my process right now. How to find small pleasures that turn out to be big. So it's like you're in adverse circumstances, but you're learning how to, because you're seeing the world through a lens of your own expectations and your own what it is that you experience the world like, which is very unique, but you have an expectation of how your life's gonna go. And the question here is, who promised you? Who promised you it was going to go that way? Who told you things were going to be like this? We have a certain expectation on how our life should go or shouldn't go. We are never sick or unhappy in that expectation. We are indoctrinated to believe that this is something to thrive for, when really we should be taking it at face value, which is like, what is in front of you? Like, it's like, aha, this is how it is, thank you. It's an interesting experience with all the emotions that come with it. So that's a huge task, because sometimes it can feel like really up in the air. Like I believe with this new moon as well, it's like really, really up in the air, and really really insecure, or really, it doesn't give us a lot to hold on to necessarily. So we need to find our own place within. So I'm up in the air. How does the air feel like? Could be a question. We're not always up in the air, It's exciting. It makes you feel alive. Although, of course, it could be stressful as well. What could happen? That which will. No more, no less. It is not up to us. Certain things are not. But we agreed to experience them. Yes, I wanted to experience them. How am I doing, like in these adverse circumstances? How am I reacting? It is much easier in hindsight, of course, but that's the whole point, to go through it fairly balanced or imbalanced and to learn from it. You are only here once is a huge message as well, in this body, this lifetime, with these people, and we have birds that are shouting at me right now. With these very special circumstances, there's only this one life in this way. There aren't any other. The decisions you make influence your life and your path, because I specifically asked, is this really like the only time we experience life in such a way? And they said yes, because ever since you were born, you're starting to make decisions and people start to influence you in different ways. How you react to them, how you choose to be influenced by them is truly up to you. It is like a game, and then it's like, I love you. It's next level shit, let go. So that's that. And then, up in the air is what I wrote down, front, stage, and center, because this is what this reading looks like, really, the setup here. And I also drew geometric patterns. You see these? These are very basic, yet that's what everything is made up out of. So it's simplicity, but it's not really simple. It's much like that which I just read to you now, that which came through. It's like simple, sure, and you may have heard it before, but there's more to it, a lot more that is yet to be explored. Same with mathematics. It's like there's so much more that we do not understand yet. And I want to read the conflict and the manifestation to you right now. The conflict reads, feelings which you have suppressed for a very long time are yearning to be acknowledged and expressed. You are torn between what you think is the right thing to do and what your heart wants. And this is the primary cause of your stress in your life. We, your angels, urge you to follow your heart. Do what you would love, not what you think you should. And manifestation? Believe in yourself, trust your instincts, and follow your heart. There's a pigeon. For in doing so, you shall manifest all your heart's desires. The life you have for so long aspired to create will manifest soon. And that's that. See what I'm saying? It's like, interestingly enough, these cards reveal themselves more and more. And it's like you don't really know what you want. You really, really don't. And you'll be surprised what comes in, because it's often more. It's like a yearning for something that you didn't know exists. And when this is fulfilled, it's like, wow, everything's coming together for you. Much like the last two readings. Yeah, everything's coming together. When this is fulfilled with the Sun card here, it's like an incredible feeling. It's like you're stripped bare. See, you're letting go. This is paradise all over again. This is going into the light. This is, and when we're talking about death literally, or death processes, it's like you're letting go of one thing and you're not expecting to take things with you. It's very clear to us. However, we seem to struggle, and you need to watch the intro if you want to make sense of this right now, I think. However, we struggle to make sense of it, like when we, in a phase of our life, when we have to let go of certain things or peoples or beliefs, we cling on to them as if it wasn't the natural process. We're not taking it at face value. Often enough, we're not. Often enough, it's a process that we work ourselves through that's very much controlled by our mind, not so much by our heart. And the advice here is to definitely tap more into our hearts and what we really, really want. And you can do heart meditations, either of heart opening or of, journeying to the heart and really discovering what it is that you really want. And like I said, you may be really, really surprised by what is coming up, because these are really deep urges, also urges from past lives that you've lived. But you're going to rise like the phoenix, like no doubt about it. To some of you, it's like a real big breakthrough that is happening here, because you manage to actually let go of and to understand that it's just the natural cycles of life, and sometimes we have to give up literally everything to be reborn. Sometimes things have to be burned to the ground in order for them to be rebuilt in a completely different way, in a way that we did not expect or see coming. But trust the process is what I want to say here strongly. Trust the process. Oh my God, yes. Again, we're continuing here. Like, Spirit is bringing us like hugely positive messages. And again, I'm getting the feeling of being so surrounded by spirit animals, by the ancestors, by Mother Earth and Father Sky in all their ancientness is what they're giving me, in all their power, in all their power. And with the 10 of Cups is, of course, it's complete happiness, right? Complete abundance, I want to say, complete emotional abundance, because you fully accept all of your emotions. This is taking things at face value, no longer believing something is not meant to happen and why to you, but really to really delve into those feelings that are arising with certain situations and being like, oh yeah, actually I did want to experience this. So what is this experience teaching me? How does it feel like in this life, in this body, surrounded by whatever you're surrounded by? And that's the important thing. That's how you quickly also come back to the present moment and learn to understand yourself. Fibonacci spiral, how things are unfolding, and again and again and again, but ever so differently. Even if it's just a slight tick, 0.1%, let's say, right? It's different. It's going to be a different Fibonacci spiral. Like, if this symbolizes your life, is what they're showing me right now. It's not going to be the same ever. So really delve in. You are very supported. Life is supporting the courageous. For sure. For sure. Yeah. Rivers will be flowing. Oh my God, I see like such a strong connection here for you with nature. Oh my God. Of course. How could it be any other way? When the manifestation card shows up, you have the High Priestess. And you can also see the conflict, because you have the darkness and you have the light. The High Priestess knows about these concepts, and she's very knowledgeable. Not gender specific, by the way. I'm just reading the energies of the cards. A lot of transformation, like really, like a huge transformation. I can't stress it enough, like how miraculous the transformation from caterpillar to butterfly is, because really, if you're watching it again, try to watch that process. If you can, maybe you can find like little larvae of the butterfly and kind of like follow them. Maybe there's like a botanical garden or something around that where you can actually see it and look at it, because it could be very helpful in understanding. And if not, go to nature, like really find your trust and your place in nature here, because she wants to communicate a whole lot more with you and work with you a whole lot more here as well. Okay, I feel like now we're doing a private reading again. Interesting. And you'll know a snake when you see it, by the way. And a snake is neither good nor bad. Same with the dragons, because people say like dragon spirit, snake spirit, it could be something that's bad or that sneaks up on you, but you take it as at face value. The High Priestess does, always. It's like, yeah, I understand why it's here. I love this life. I understand certain things. It's even if there's sickness that's arising currently, it's like that's understood for what it is. It doesn't mean that you have moments where it's just gonna suck, right? But there are other moments too where you're really understanding why it is here, and to not expect. Who told you were gonna be healthy? You know what I mean? Who said that? Whoever said that this life is just gonna be happy, that's not it. But and even if there's not good circumstances, shitty circumstances, know that you are supported, and know that there is light. There is so much light even in these situations that can be found if you are willing to open up to the certain situation. Because again, like, even if you think there's just darkness, there isn't just darkness. It's always the light and the darkness. Okay? More? Yes. And the High Priestess is, of course, highly intuitive, logically. And, oh, what's happening here? There's a whole bunch of cards that are turned upside down. Interesting, turned upside down. Yeah, to some of you, your whole life may be turned upside down, and you're just like, what the hell is happening here? And of course, the High Priestess is like right before the Empress. So the one that brings about, she's thinking about it. She's using her brain, she's using her emotions and the brain. So mind, heart, coherence to speak things into truth, to really manifest them out. Yeah. Oh my goodness. We have the King of Cups. Healed male energy is what I'm getting here. A healed divine masculine. So this could either be you if you're a male, or we're talking internally, where it's just like I have someone here who is very in touch with their emotional world and is very much ready to offer their cup of love to the world, to the people around them, and to self, of course. But it's healed masculine. And then you have the Emperor here, and this is Aries energy. It's very interesting. And these two are working hand in hand. So the Aries new moon is reminding us strongly here to really work hand in hand with our emotions, because Aries can be, I'm going to plow through this, right? Any insecurity or any wobbly or up in the air kind of an energy, we're kind of trying to balance it with force, with going about it. But this is calling you towards balance it with your emotions, balance it with your heart, those strong energies that are coming through, because some of you are really advanced. And this is why I wrote next level shit, because the more advanced you get, the more able you are to deal with certain situations that you may not have been able to deal with 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago. And the birds are so freaking close right now. Like, that's incredible. It's like learning to trust and getting to know those situations and trusting yourself as well in these situations, and knowing that you can go through them, but you don't have to plow. You don't have to, really beat up on yourself or not eat properly anymore, not sleep properly anymore, just so you can plow something through. No, it's really like feel into your body. And with that, I can feel my throat so strongly. I'm gonna give you a hug right now. Because it's really, it's like love yourself. Love yourself. The key is there. That's the kingdom coming. That's like the loving yourself. That's the paradise. And then you have paradise everywhere, literally. And now that I'm seeing like the full picture, I was focused on every single card. They're super, super positive. The Sun, the Ten of Cups, the High Priestess, the King of Cups, the Emperor. And we have 3 out of 5 that are major arcanas. So a whole lot that's going on. And the Emperor, with that balancing energies of the King of Cups, is really, they're taking care of the ones around them in the same way that they're taking care of themselves. So, excuse me, it's really quite magnificent. No. This one, okay. We're gonna draw from the Angels and Ancestors deck for you as a last card before we take it over to the extended. To Patreon, it's 11/11 for the whole month. As we're nearing the end of the month, if you don't want to pay again at the first, because Patreon will charge you immediately when you join, but then again on the 1st, so 1st of April. Oh my God. I mentioned the snake, and you have the snake shed old skin. Letting go of the old completely. So I was going to say, if you're unclear about Patreon, just ask me again. But it's like, it's better for you probably if you join on the 1st. If you don't mind being charged twice and would like to support, I'm so happy. But yeah, everything you'll find down below in the description box, and it says it over there on Patreon as well. So the snake, and we have that very same energy. You'll see it. I'll post it in the community section. That color is so significant. That petrol kind of color. It's so significant. And we have, again, the triangle, and here too. Wow. Is that water? I look it up because I keep forgetting, because some have like the alchemical symbol. I think it's water. I'm not entirely sure because Earth has like a stroke through here. Then there's, I need to look that up again. I keep forgetting which is which, but I believe it's water. Look it up yourself if you want to, like the downward pointing triangle without any strokes through it. And the same thing goes on the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is ever changing is what this card is saying. Wow. Again, sacred geometry in the back of the snake. I hope you can see it here. If not, you can have a look at the pictures. And yeah, I kept getting goosebumps on my legs and on my arms, which is denoting to strong presence. Some of you may be feeling like a strong presence of someone that's close to you, spirit guides, ancestors, animal spirit guides, right? But this color is significant, and it's denoting to ancient feminine wisdom, ancient feminine forces. And this snake doesn't drag along its old skin. It just does not. It just leaves it where it needs to be, so it can be reintegrated into the natural forces of life, into the natural rhythms of life, so it can be composted, or whoever wants to feed on that is feeding on it, but it's a natural circle, and then it moves on. Yes, it's a bit raw after like the changing of the skin, but you know, that's life, really. That is life, and it's, holy moly, that's how it goes, right? I'm gonna read the snake to you now. Here we go. Yeah, cast off the old. Let it all go, people. Let it all go. This is huge confirmation for this whole thing. Cast off the old. Reveal your true colors, talents, and gifts to the world. In many spiritual traditions, the snake offers powerful medicine. In tantric teachings, it symbolizes the kundalini, which is the powerful serpentine energy within that allows you to reach your highest spiritual potential. When the sacred ones saw a snake in nature or encountered one in a dream, they knew that there was transformation in the air. For me, the snake card not only represents the shedding of old skin, but moving beyond the limitations caused by carrying the venom of negative thoughts about others or the past. Exactly. The energy of renewal is washing over your life at this time. If for some reason you feel that your true self hasn't been recognized or you've been misread by others, know this energy is now leaving you. As you've been working through your old stories and all self-limiting beliefs that you've accumulated along the way, you've been peeling away a shield of skin that has created limited experiences. Your own personal commitment to growth has been recognized. And now the eternal world, external world, will begin to reflect all of the work that you've been doing. If you feel someone you love has misunderstood you recently, they will be able to see beyond that if you're willing to recognize your own challenges. This is a time for renewal, abundance, and connection. Let yourself be reborn and celebrated. Oh my goodness, this is incredible. I'm feeling strong scorpionic energies with this as well because they dive so deep. And then they're like the epitome of the sun card for me, of the Phoenix rising. Because they are working through so many deaths and rebirths if they're willing to go into this whole process. And it looks like you're very willing to go into this. And I can't wait to take this over to Patreon and have a look, especially like with the colors and geometry, because there's more that wants to come up, and we'll pull more cards over there, of course, if you're interested. 11/11 for the whole months for all the extended and all the extendeds before that. There are plenty of picker cards that you can choose from, and the extendeds will be there for you. Yeah, that's it. I really hope this was helpful and or insightful to you, my friends. And I'll either see you next time or over there on Patreon. Much love, light, and shadow. Bye, friends.